I can show you the world, shining, shimmering, splendid. Ladies, gentlemen, and variations thereupon, this is Modern Escapism. The show. My name is Oodles, actual human podcaster, and joining me today, Rishi Sunak's neighbour and tennis buddy, it's Stig.
Tell me, Oodles, now when did you last let your heart decide?
Yes. Beautiful, mate. God, we could be singers, me and you. Also, the only man that has gone down on 40 ships and lived to tell the tale, it's Biggie.
Oi.
Ruined it.
That works in many contexts with you and your character in Scorched Sheep and stuff. And a man so enigmatic he changed his legal name by deed poll to Gadget. He's here.
Yeah, never had a friend like me.
Unfortunately, having more time off than Father Christmas, Candy's not here again today. She's got the shits. How's everyone's week been?
It's been good. I haven't been dying of sweat, so I've been very happy. I hit a stupid PB at the gym this week.
Peanut butter?
Personal best.
Oh.
When I went to the gym on Tuesday, I was in a foul mood. You know, one of those days where just everything rubs you up the wrong way and you're just annoyed for no reason.
I call that a Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
For me, it was a Tuesday.
So I went in and I'm, because I see a trainer all the time, I'm really good for not ego lifting, but I needed something. I needed a fucking good lift. So I was doing squats. And this normally when I do squats and I'm going for like a record, I'm trying to get close to my PB, I go up in like 20 kilograms at a time. You know, so you do a warm up on 70, then you do 90, yada, up
I don't know weights by kilograms, me.
Well, I'm not converting.
I know them by grams and pounds.
So I was in a foul mood and I was just really fucked off. And I warmed up and I did 70 kilos and I'm like, no, that's not enough. Put more on. Put 100 on. So I put it up to 100. Did more. Not enough. Idiot like me, 140. Just jumped up by 40 kilograms. It's like, no.
What's that in stone?
Shit. That would be about 22 stone.
That's big lot of stones. That's a lot of stones.
And then I thought, well, 140 is my PB. Let's do more. So I put on another 10 and I got 150, which I know is 354 pounds. So you divide that by 14 for your stones.
Yeah, I know pounds. I know pounds.
Yeah. And I went down on the squat and then my knee went, I was like, oh no, I made a mistake.
Here's the thing, Gadget.
Yeah.
Don't overdo it. This is why I can't currently go to the gym, because I thought, because I was going bigger and bigger with my weights. It's like, yeah, I can lift these, I can dumbbell this. I was like, did a personal best on the dumbbells up to like, I think I was like 26, and I was like, I'll do 28 in each arm, and then now my arm is fucked, and it has been for about 2 months.
Biggie. Same
for about 2 months.
I learned a strong lesson with that. I mean, he's better now, but Jesus Christ, in that moment, I managed 3 reps of it, and then I struggled to put it back on the rack. That is my lesson, not to ego lift, not to like be just fucking angry and try to do something for the sake of it without preparing properly. Fuck me. I did it though. So it's a kind of
the best fun is safe fun.
Yeah, warm up and warm down as well. I don't do enough of that.
Yeah, I'm getting better for that. I now do stretches. That's a thing.
Yeah, I do that anyway.
I look like a right prat being, you know, like just rotund in the middle and stretching out in yoga poses in the middle of the gym.
Why don't you come to yoga with me?
Because you live a fucking 2 hours away from me, man. I'm not driving all the way down there for yoga. I'll be pissed off by the time I get back.
Yeah, but you should see the views.
Yeah.
Sensational. Sensational.
What, of Wakefield?
You'd be zen as fuck.
Yeah. Be zen.
Oh, yeah, just stretching there. Look at there. There's the factory over there. There's the 2 chippies down there.
4 chippies, actually.
Yeah, but the only 2 that count, the ones that are in a walk.
And you can come to Wakey Wines. The best shop in the world.
Are they all around the gym as well, these chippies?
Yeah, they're above it. There is actually a gym near me that's above a kebab house.
Oh, actually, we had one in town like that.
It's just a private gym. It's like it's not a company. It's just a gym. You can see them like through a window, and then you look downstairs. There's just
with
fat
kebabs.
heads eating kebabs.
That's not good for me.
Do a good workout, right, lads? Need protein. 2 kebabs, mate.
I can't imagine kebabs having much protein in it, to be fair.
It ain't just that, though.
I reached my personal best and went for a mix.
It's coming out after having a workout, and you're hungry as fuck. And if you smell the chip shop and you can smell the garlic sauce and you can smell the pizzas, and it's like...
It's because you've destroyed all those calories that you had and you're still having again.
You just like float into it like, like a cartoon where they follow the smell.
It's like that dangerous shopping trip you go, you need to pick up dinner, but you're already hungry.
Yeah.
You should never do that. No. That's a fact.
You come out for dinner but haven't bought like 5 bags of wagon wheels.
Great fact for any listener. Go shopping, if you've got the time, after your Sunday lunch, after your Sunday roast. That's when you're the most fullest.
No, but they're always... you have to at lunchtime, aren't they, to shut up for.
So, yeah, there is that in there. Yeah, and sometimes a Sunday roast is better on an evening, innit?
Yeah, it's like, if you're eating at lunchtime, like going shopping, that's prime napping time.
All right, then. Friday after chippy tea. There you go.
Problem where I live is, right next to Tesco is 2... pizza shops, and the parent and child parking is right outside them.
It's how they get you, mate. It's
you walk out,
stunning work of modern art.
Yeah, especially on a Friday, it's just like no, get back in the car, kids, in the car, go.
Smell the handles, Daddy. Smell the handles. Oh no, you've fallen into the pizza place. Oh, good. How's your week been, Biggie? You been quiet, pal?
Just working, really. But I've been playing a bit of Divinity. Been playing a bit of Divinity Original Sin. Got back into that. Trying to finish that off at the minute, but because I want to play Baldur's Gate 3, but I'm kind of really enjoying Divinity Original Sin at the minute.
Why not?
So I'm kind of stuck between
mental,
both
but why not?
I know.
Absolutely mental, but why not?
Well, I was really enjoying it, and the Baldur's Gate came out. I was like, fuck.
It's like, I want to play the new Halo Infinite, but I'm going to
play Halo Combat Evolved.
Yeah.
I want to play Halo Infinite, but I'm going to play Marathon instead.
I mean, to be fair, Marathon's better than Halo Infinite.
Of course it is. It doesn't take much. Cool. Last week, Biggie, we missed you. We got the news, but it wasn't as hard hitting. It wasn't as sensual or as sexual. As Biggie's breaking news.
I noticed that Stiggy had a bloody backing track for his, might I add.
Well,
yes,
give me something worthy of a backing track and I'll do it again.
Did I have a backing track? See, I don't listen back.
I did. I sent it to you.
I know, but I was
for the live show.
I was really ill that week, so I didn't have the time.
I'm going to go listen.
I miss Candy, mate. Okay. Where's Candy when you need her? She'd stop you off from fighting.
Well, give us something worthy of a backing track now, and I'll stick a backing track under you.
This is your spotlight.
Disappointed.
This is you, mate. This is all you. This could be the start of your career. This little section right now. Not trying to put any pressure on you. Please deliver.
Biggie's breaking news.
They say we're young, but we don't know.
She's fucked it.
We won't find out until we grow. Well, I don't know if all that's true, because you got Biggie and baby, I got news. Babe, I got news, babe. I got news, babe.
I got news, babe. Stunning. I want you on my team. You'll remind me of a young me.
I will find a trip-hop backing track for that.
No, I don't want that. I want one for my rap. But anyway, gaming. Well, where do we start?
Nothing's happened in the gaming universe.
Nothing at all, apart from Unity introducing a new fee attached to game installs. I've got a massive list here of what's been happening, but Gadget has kindly offered to summarise it for us.
Abridged.
So I've been following this really interestedly because, one, I was about to start learning how to use Unity, and I'm clearly not going to do that now. So,
and two, it's great content for his TikTok.
It's great content for the TikTok because it's a rant-worthy thing. So what Unity are putting in, they're calling it a, quote, runtime fee. And at the minute, you pay for Unity where if you make so much revenue through your game, I think it's when you've made over $1 million worth of revenue, then you pay them a license fee. Although up to that point, it's free for you. So if you make a game in Unity and it doesn't sell, you don't owe them anything.
I'd stop selling it as it made £999,999. I'm like, done. Shut it off.
In January, they're charging this Unity runtime fee that's based on the number of users installing games, not the revenue, not from the revenue made from the game, the amount of people installing it.
Can you explain this for a thicko like me? Does that mean if I uninstalled it and reinstalled it and uninstalled it and reinstalled it and uninstalled it and reinstalled it, would they be getting charged?
It's a first install. So
that's okay, right?
So you buy, say, a Hollow Knight on the PlayStation Store and you install it. Team Cherry would have to pay, I think, for the first kind of $1 million or so, it's like 20 cents, and then after that it goes down to like 2 cents or something like that. It depends on the tier you're on. It does add up, especially for popular games. The thing is, a lot of indie games are made in Unity, and a lot of indie games don't make actually that much money.
No, that's why they're always on sale or they're always on Game Passes.
But they're usually like really small teams as well, so they'll sell enough to pay for like 3 to 5 people and make their next game. But they don't have, a really.
And that's not even a mega wage either, is it? Just enough,
to get by. Yeah. So the way it works is Unity Personal and Plus developers will pay a flat fee of 20 cents per install. Pro and Enterprise users will pay a smaller per install fee that scales downwards with the number of installations. Pro user fees begin at 15 cents and then scale down to as low as 2 cents. So, it's expensive. The fees will also vary depending on what region a game is being installed in. So, I also like this one as this is just an offensive title. Unity has set an emerging market monthly rate for developers monetizing in countries like India. So you sell a load of games in India and you'll pay less, apparently. And developers of free-to-play games will have the option to offset this fee by adopting other Unity services, such as its level play ad mediation service. So basically, if you're a free-to-play game, you might not have to pay this fee as long as you use Unity's way of doing adverts. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. They also said demos mostly won't trigger fees.
Mostly? What does that mean?
Exactly.
They mostly come at night. Mostly. I've heard that before.
And my second favourite part about this story, and I'll get to my favourite one in a bit, devs aren't on the hook for Game Pass or subscription-based installs.
Fuck.
Because they're going to charge Microsoft and Sony and
good luck with that.
I'm sure they'll go, yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries, guys. We love that. Of course. Yeah. Or why not fuck up 2 of the biggest game companies on the planet and they're just going to go, no.
I'm fairly sure Microsoft have more lawyers than Unity have ever had.
I think they've got all the lawyers.
All the lawyers.
I think my solicitor works for Microsoft as well. Everyone does.
So basically this story hit, and then across Reddit and Twitter and all that kind of thing, like people were just then finding stuff out. So for instance, Unity software president Toma Barziv, he sold 37,500 shares of Unity the week before this happened.
Eugene Acker's waving.
Yeah, little bit of insider trading there.
They're doing that Spider-Man point at each other.
Yes.
You're doing it too. Oh dear.
And yeah, more has come out. And then Unity themselves did a really, really badly received AMA on Reddit. And I'm not going to go down all the responses on it because it was just absolutely ridiculous.
Why would they do that?
It's yeah. One developer, Gary Newman, asked them.
Gary Newman?
Not that Gary Newman.
Oh, shame.
He asked them, how do you differentiate between a purchased copy and a pirate copy of a game? Because all it's checking is the install. It's not like liaising with the marketplace to actually say that this is a bought game. And their response was simply, "We are happy to work with any developer who has been the victim of piracy so that they are not unfairly hurt by unwanted installs," which means they're not fucking doing anything about it. You have to contact Unity. They're also reviewing these prices on an annual basis, so they will go up. They just will. So yeah, it's been shit. As a result, there's a load of devs have obviously come out about this. Cult of the Lamb developer Massive Monster teased that it might delete its roguelike on the January the 1st, following Unity's plan.
Don't worry, I downloaded that game.
Megacrit, who make Slay the Spire, they wrote, despite the immense amount of time and effort our team has already poured into the development on a new title, we will be migrating to a new engine unless the changes are completely reverted. And they signed off with, "We have never made a public statement before. That is how badly you fucked up."
They put the F-bomb in there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. No.
And it's also worth remembering that Unity CEO John Riccitello,
King Midas,
used to be the head of EA. And he was in charge around 2009, when they, started killing off game developers and putting loot boxes into fucking everything. And he even posited an idea that some people took as a joke, but actually turned out he was actually serious about it, of the idea of you could get faster reloads in Battlefield by paying $1 every time you wanted to reload.
Biggie's going to be skint.
No one would ever play the game.
Broke.
Imagine that. Broke. Imagine trying to put that $1 for every year. You unload fucking clip after clip after clip in those games.
Yeah. And
war costs money, guys. Realistic.
War never changes. And the last part of it, so that CEO was due to have a town hall meeting with employees that got cancelled after the company received what was described as a credible death threat. And then he went onto the internet and started blaming the gamers for it. Turns out the call came from inside the building. The threat was actually from a Unity developer in Unity.
Oh dear. Canteen worker, probably.
So, yeah. Unity have kind of set fire to everything, and it's been really funny.
Are they baddies now, then?
They're very much baddies. Not the people who work on Unity, the people who make the engine, don't make a thing that the devs are the problem here.
I know.
It's the board.
I know.
It's
Lord Bacchus that runs the fucking thing, isn't it? The fucking god of gluttony.
It's the fucking Scrooge McDuck right at the top. All the CEOs.
Yeah.
It's fucking
being off the fucking top,
But, I mean...
sat on his throne.
The thing is, as well, this is going to be affected retroactively as well. So existing Unity games are going to be charged this. So, whenever Silksong comes out, that'll have a load of charges on it. But also Hollow Knight will, because people will go back and download the original game. They also haven't said whether it's a case of like I said before, it was we own a load of Unity games. If we install them after the 1st of January next year, and we haven't had them installed for a while, is that first install going to count and be charged? So
yeah, knowing them, yes.
Probably, yeah. So it's shit. Everything's on fire.
I tell you what, right? I told you before, I'll tell you again, capitalism's wrong. We've got it wrong. Start again. Start again. Anarchism's the only way we can get through this. Come on.
Yeah.
Down with it all. Pitchforks ready, guys. Come on, let's go take it to Lord Bacchus himself. Fucking animals, man. Absolute animals preying on the weak. Fucking dick.
Yep.
Let's. I'm sure it's going to be a story that's going to be.
This one's going to rattle on for a while.
Yeah, they're going to backtrack to fuck. They're going to give it for free for fucking 3 years or something like that. We got it again. They're going to change the logo. Yay! Fuck them.
Damage is done.
It's
because no one's
same
going
with
to
same with D&D creators. No one trusts them anymore, do they?
Yeah. Also, in a very funny term, if you Google Unity, the first promoted post that comes up is try Unreal Engine.
Nice.
Yes, man.
Strike while the iron's hot. And I think Humble Bundle put a bundle out the other day of a load of how-to books for Godot, which is another open source engine.
Yeah, good. I'm glad that other people are rallying around the non-horrendous companies. But then again, which company's going to be next. Because a lot of them are starting to become evil, aren't they?
Well,
I think it's when they get new rulers, they just become monsters.
Look at where various board members from EA have gone over the years. It'll be those next. Because
EA's like almost goodies now. They're nice folk again. They're trying new things. No, but they're trying new things. They're being broader with they're being honest as well. And it's like you see it all the fucking time. It's disgusting. And it's always new leaders, isn't it? It's always this. There's someone new in.
Are EA the good guys, or is it just that everyone else is fucking up so much that they look like the good guys?
I mean, there's every potential for it.
It's sad, isn't it? I mean, it's the same happening in every industry, isn't it? Fucking retail, fucking film, television. It's all gone to shit this year, hasn't it? In the background shit's all gone to shit, hasn't it?
Yes.
It's just absolute clusterfuck of bad decisions.
Greed.
I'm telling you what, these companies need to not have social media. That's number one. That's number one. Get rid of that.
They certainly need to not do AMAs on Reddit when they release some controversial.
Imagine that! Imagine that! Like, imagine Prince Andrew saying, I'm going to do an AMA on Reddit after all that's gone off. Good luck, Prince Andrew.
That's what he did on the BBC, isn't it?
Yeah, but still, it's terrible. Oh, God. Hide. Go to the moon. Go fuck off. That's fucking awful. Anyway, next. Making me sick. More on this next week, I'm sure.
Well, speaking of capitalism, Xbox have now announced a MasterCard. A new way to earn more value for gaming.
Talking.
Get your Xbox debt. Get your Xbox debt.
It's available exclusively to Xbox insiders, only in the States at the moment. With the MasterCard, players can earn points for every dollar spent on purchasing, including 5 times card points on eligible products at the Microsoft Store, streaming services, 3 times card points on eligible streaming services like Netflix and Disney, dine-in delivery services, 3 times on all the stuff like Grubhub and DoorDash.
Keeping people fatting in the house. That's what it is.
Yeah, everyday purchases as well.
I'll tell you who'd be well interested in this. The big boys.
The big boys, indeed. The big boys would love this. They would love this. Like, yeah, more points! More debt!
I do like the choose one of 5 iconic designs for their card with the option of personalizing it with their gamer tag.
No, I'd rather die.
Would you like to purchase anything else, motherfucker 454?
It proper baffles me, this stuff, because I've been playing quite a lot of Game Pass stuff this week, just streaming, and face value, they're such a really good consumer friendly company. Then something like this comes up, and then I'm telling you what's going to happen. There's going to be people in 10 years' time saying, "Oh yeah, I remember getting one of them Xbox cards, and I set up my Game Pass, and I've had Game Pass free for the last 10 years, and this bailiff's knocking on the door asking me for my money, and I don't know where it's from." It's like, do you remember that purchase you made? It's been renewing every fucking month. Bad news. Don't mix it.
If it's like 24 months interest free, then might as well.
He's thinking about it.
Might as well earn some points. If I'm spending on a credit card anyway, I might as well earn some points.
So, mate, you stop using Bing after a week.
I've never used it. I should do, really.
I mean, the indicative interest rates that they've put on the website, anywhere from 20% to 31.9%.
But it's in the States, isn't it? They always get fucked up with that shit.
I have a 2% APR card. Do you know what I mean? 2%. And I've had it for fucking 5 years. 2%. And it's still crippling.
Man, 0. Just change to a 0 every 2 years.
Tot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, but I'm not smart enough. I get hoodwinked into things. Oh God, I hope Sony don't bring one out. I'll be first to buy one. Next.
Be too big for your wallet.
They already do it in the States.
They would. I'm not doing it, mate. I'm not buying gamer cards. I don't even buy gift cards, to put points on, because I don't know. I just rather just do the PayPal thing. I don't know. Just kind of guy I am. Next.
Death Stranding, the director's cut, was announced for the iPhone, as it's revealed in the introducing iPhone 15 Pro video, and scheduled to be released at the end of this year. Why? That's pretty cool. They got that running on a phone.
Why would you want to play Death Stranding on your phone, though? It's a massive game, and you don't want to just sit there.
Play like that. Yeah, you do. That's what I've been doing all week.
Yeah, but you're broken inside.
Have you not seen the Resident Evil 4 fucking like layout on a phone?
Yeah.
Half the screen's taken up with controllers.
You can use a pad or a backbone and stuff. Anyway, have you heard the follow-up to this where it was all a big like 10-minute section in the Apple event about having the best games. Google have announced that these games are coming to Android as well. It's like we just didn't have an event for it because we've already got loads of games. You know what I mean? It's, oh dear.
Just quickly,
things are getting better. It's nothing to do with it being on Apple.
Just quickly on it as well, because I noticed Biggie didn't put it in the news. I don't think anyone put a news story in about it. The iPhone 15 looks shite.
It's boring, mate. It's
the same as it's
inconsequential upgrade.
You get a new charging port. That's kind of it. It's functionally the same as the 14.
Do you know, is a little bit of an insider fact for you, because I work in the mobile industry. The day after that direct that they had, the Wonderlust, it was called, we knocked our lightning port chargers down by about 90% because no one's going to buy lightning cables anymore.
No, they're not.
The wastage is going to be huge. The wastage is going to be massive.
It is.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But they haven't done it by choice. It's law. Law's made them do this.
No. It's fair enough.
You can't blame Apple for that.
No, but it's the headline feature is we've got a new charging port.
Yeah, it's really fast. Yeah, we've had this for 5 years.
9 years. 9 years since the start coming on phones.
Yeah, I got my first USB-C on S7. We're at S7 or S8?
Something like that.
Yeah, now we're like, whoa, this is rapid and I can't get it in wrong. I'm not putting it in the wrong way. It's great. But yeah, no one wants to talk about phone shit. Boring. No. Everyone will buy an iPhone 15 regardless. Muppets. Next.
Embracer, that was hitting headlines for their restructuring, is reportedly considering selling Borderlands developer Gearbox. The base case is that Gearbox remains as part of Embracer. Gearbox Chief Communications Officer Dan Hewitt told staff in an email seen by Bloomberg. However, there are options under consideration, including Gearbox's transfer, taking in Gearbox Independent and others. Ultimately, we'll move ahead with whichever path is best for Gearbox and Embracer. Nothing has been decided yet.
I don't think I've played a Gearbox game. Is it just Borderlands they do?
No,
they do loads of stuff. They do publishing as well. But...
Yeah. All right. Are they genuinely big then?
Yeah, they're big. And, you know, the head of the studio, Randy Pitchford, is the greasiest motherfucker in the world. Oh, yeah. The guy the guy that does fucking magic at corporate
Randy
meetings.
Pitchfork.
Yeah. And was left a USB stick with things he shouldn't have left at medieval times.
His cock.
No, worse.
Worse than his cock? Nothing worse than Randy Pitchfork's cock. Telling you now. Oh dear. Let's not get into that. As the only Gearbox massive fan, Biggie, what do you think of this?
I'm a Borderlands fan, so I was a bit disappointed in 3. It's all right. It's fun to play, but it wasn't the standard of Borderlands 2. But I hope they continue to make good games. It's just, was going to Embracer going to solve any problems originally?
Nah, that'll be the next volition. Bye.
And yeah, see what happens to them next. Really, be sad to see, but yeah.
I tell you what, if I were these workers that work for these companies that are like under the Embracer umbrella, I'd be like sending my CV every fucking where, mate.
I assume they're doing that.
I'd be like, EA, will you have me? Ubisoft, will you have me? Anyone fucking have me? Maybe not Square Enix, because God knows how they're going to pay me wages. They're skint. But yeah, I'd be firing it off everywhere, mate. Be such a slut for jobs. Next.
Ubisoft's X-Defiant fails PlayStation and Xbox certification. Now, this does happen a lot with all sorts of games. But it's weird that it was actually announced. So I don't know if that's a reflection of the forthcoming free-to-play shooter or not. But in a surprisingly open blog post to the community,
I don't know what it fucking is.
Executive producer Mark Rubin shared more details surrounding the pre-release process. He reveals submission process for platform holders is not based on the game's quality, rather it's about looking for compliance bugs. I just thought it was a weird announcement for a game that apparently had a good beta, but
if you recall, things have been cancelled for ESRB ratings and stuff like Bully. It had to change its title to be released. They wouldn't give it a rating, would they, at all?
Yeah, so it became Canis Canem Edit.
Yeah, they had to do it. there's like, you're not bringing that game out unless you call it this.
Well,
there's other reasons for a lot of stuff as well, like cutting stuff out and that.
Absolutely, yeah.
But this one's all about how we like interacted with specific console requirements, like doing trophies or like the way it did matchmaking and stuff like that.
Oh, right. So it's a bit more.
So it looks like what they've probably done is built it with PC in mind, and then done a hash job of getting it on the consoles.
Yes. So they're going, it's not coming on here, mate.
Yeah, so they've got to generic as fuck.
Oh, it looks boring as all shit.
What's it called again?
X-Defiant.
With an X. So X.
Oh god, that sounds like the worst, like the opposite to what games I play. It
sounds like the most 2000 name ever.
Like, it's the name of everybody that uses Twitter.
Yeah, it's a free to play team-based multiplayer shooter.
The antithesis of what I play. Absolutely.
Yeah. So you get arena modes and progression modes in it, and apparently it has maps according to the website. X-Defiant features diverse locations from popular Ubisoft worlds alongside original. Oh yeah, this is the one where it's kind of like it's fucking merging a lot of the games together. So like, one of your teams is called
Unlock
DedSec.
Unlock the Sam Fisher skin.
Yeah. You get Echelon or a faction in the game, so they've got the 3 little headlight things on.
Why don't you just make a Splinter Cell? Huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Then you've got the Libertad faction, which is Far Cry. The Phantoms, which are Ghost Recon. The Cleaners, which I think are supposed to that's that zombie
Division.
offshoot.
That's Division.
That's Division, yeah.
Division's Cleaners.
And then DedSec, which is Watch Dogs. Yeah.
Just make Splinter Cell, innit?
Just make Splinter Cell. That's all you need to do.
Single player.
Because people want that. We don't need another free-to-play online shooter. You know, there's
I'd even take a Splinter Cell that was split up in levels still. I don't need open world Splinter Cell. I don't need none of that. No. I just want Splinter Cell. It's not
I don't like Ubisoft. Just looking at their games now.
I don't want Sam Fisher climbing up a fucking pole to unlock the map. I'm not having it.
The only game I've liked from him in the last several years is Trackmania.
Trackmania is really good, though. It's really good.
I think Rayman Legends was the last Ubisoft game I bought.
Oh, Rayman's all right. Rayman's decent.
I like Ask Creed. I do, but they're very generic nowadays. They're not. Odyssey were my last really good one, and that's too big. That game's too big. Next.
I just like the Division. Tell you what does sound good. The new update for Cyberpunk 2077.
No, it doesn't sound good. It sounds generic and boring.
I'm only throwing this in here because according to Push Square, there's one site that's tried it already. The update is an outstanding, game-changing overhaul. They cover lots of stuff that they feel is improved, and certain things have been fixed, and they're basically
made the world good.
They're saying it's probably the best that it should have been when it released at the end of the day. But
3 years ago,
that new update with the Phantom Liberty DLC that's coming out soon. Sounds like maybe they fixed it.
For me, it wasn't even the gameplay that was the problem or anything like that. It was the dull world. And the fact that every time you got in a car or a bike, phone calls.
Oh, that pissed me off.
Phone calls. Do you want to do a fetch quest? Do you want to do a fetch quest? That is not what The Witcher did. That is not what The Witcher did at all.
Oh, he didn't have a pager, ridiculous. That's why.
Yeah, that's probably why. He didn't charge his phone, did it? Yeah, I just thought it was really, really dated in its structure. Again, not its gameplay. Its gameplay's in the moment to moment. Its gameplay were good.
I'll give it a try when 2.0 drops. I'm not committing to buying like Phantom Liberty.
Is it free? Because I still own. I still own Cyberpunk.
The update is free.
Yeah, the 2.0 update is free. The DLC isn't.
Okay.
It's because of the DLC
I'll give it a go.
Is bringing all these changes, so they're making the main game up to scratch with that, and then you can buy the DLC if you want it.
I think me and Gadget both said the same thing. We liked it. The story bits at the beginning when you're going with Jackie and you're going in the tower and stuff, and then
that's
the game.
Great.
The game got shit as soon as Keanu Reeves turned up, and it wasn't even Keanu Reeves' fault for once. It just got shit when it opened up.
The game has a great momentum at the beginning when you're being kind of guided through everything, and then as soon as you're kind of put in the world and says, right, do whatever you need to do,
it's shit.
Momentum just grinds to a halt because there's nothing pushing you forward.
Nothing there. Apart from your phone constantly fucking ringing. If they can change that, if they can structure it better, I saw that game to its conclusion, and even the story. I mean, I know you can get different story and different endings, but even the conclusion was fucking shite. I know I'm one of them outliers because a lot of people really like that game, but I think hype's a lot that plays into that one.
I'll go back to it once the updates drop.
I'll probably try it again on PC actually.
Well, I can't fucking get rid of this copy anyway, so I may as well, play it.
Let's do a competition for it.
Better games to play.
Well, I could. There's way better games to play.
Fuck it. I'm done. We're done with it.
Done with it. It didn't work, did it, Stig? It didn't work for you. Done.
Played the opening.
Everyone gets one. Everyone gets an attempt with Stig. He's such a classy bird. They always get one. And if they don't pass his test, he's fucking... Get away.
Too many other games out there to bother going back to playing a game that took them 3 years to get
that didn't work.
Decent. Yeah, fuck that.
I know, man. I know. Maybe one of them when the inevitable game strike happens and we've got no games to play. Maybe it can fit in that little slot there.
That will never be an issue for me. I still have games
for me it will.
Years to play. I've still got The Witcher 3 on my PS5. Haven't started it yet. I've had it for like a year.
Don't waste your fucking time with Cyberpunk. Play the actual good game that they did. Oh, fuck that, man.
I was meant to review that when it came out. Whoops.
Whoops. I think they've got bigger problems at the moment.
Speaking of other games, Starfield's pronoun removal mod has been banned by Nexus Mods. They banned the Starfield mod that permitted players to remove pronoun options from the game. Nexus says that whilst the mod's removal was not a political statement or an alignment to one side or the other in the culture war, it reserved the right not to host the mod on its platform. Well done.
If you created or use this mod, you're a bigot and you don't belong in my space. Go away. That's what I can say on that. Don't want you near me.
I want to get a soundboard with that really, really loud mank guy going fucking pronouns.
Yeah, I don't want. If anyone's listening to this and fall into that category that I've just got, I don't want you listening to this anymore. I want you away. I'm not asked with this anymore, mate. I just can't be asked. Fuck off.
At least I got 7,500 views on my TikTok. That guy.
Well done.
It's pretty good.
You did, mate. Fantastic bit of content there, and we love content, but not from bigots. Go away.
Yeah,
Next.
fuck that guy.
Who?
He's gone. Oh, he's had to leave. He's had to leave. He's one of them. He was doing a bit. He did a bit. Yes.
So Sony had its state of play this week. I'm not going to go through the whole list. Was there anything that stood out for you guys? I take it you either know about
Final Fantasy VII Rebirth.
I'm not even looking.
Yeah, looks good.
The Final Fantasy VII Rebirth trailer looked great, and I love that they've got Matt Mercer playing Vincent.
I do. I think it's perfect. His voice fits perfectly for it, and it's longer than I thought they were going to go in the timeline. So it's already exceeded my expectation. I saw the weapons in there.
Yeah.
Which is like
the Emerald and Ruby weapons.
End.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they appear.
How far are we going? How far are we going?
It's on 2 discs.
I have a feeling it's probably going to head to the point where you return to Midgar.
Yes, and then they're going to have all Wu Tai as well on the third game, aren't they, and all that. Yeah. And space. You're going to have space on the third game. Spoiler alert.
I was interested by the Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways DLC because I didn't expect them to make new content for the game.
It's out this week when you listen to this podcast.
Yeah, well, tomorrow if you listen to this on the way it came out.
Yep.
Spider-Man 2 trailer, it looked good, but as soon as they said, the open world is twice as big as the last game, I'm like, no, I'm out. I
didn't like that either. I didn't like that because I thought Manhattan was big enough anyway.
Yeah, but you can't play the same map. That'd be boring.
No. I get that, but like when they showed the map and then they showed you like all like the fucking objective icons in his vision, it was just like
it didn't look good, did it?
No,
bling, 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 bling. They all just popped up, didn't they? I
just had this sudden rush of anxiety. I'm sure it's going to be a great game, but I think it's really cool. My expectations. I'll probably wait for it to be cheaper. I'm not going to get it on launch.
Because the traversal is so fucking fun in that game. It don't really matter. Just do it. I kind of like doing the collectibles because it was so fun. And this time you've got that hot swapping.
Yeah.
So if Miles is in Queens and Peter's in, I don't know, fucking Greenwich Village, fucking just hot swap in it.
No, I get that. I mean, that stuff's good. The other stuff on it as well, like Helldivers 2, that last trailer didn't make it look good. It kind of looked a bit boring.
The first trailer did though, didn't it?
Yeah, but then
the first trailer looked great.
Kind of generic.
Yeah, looks like a phone game.
And then the rest of it was shite. I still can't believe they're pushing on with fucking foam stars. The fuck.
They want the Splatoon killer, don't they?
They do want the Splatoon killer, but no one's going to fucking play it.
Have you heard rumours about this? It's free to play.
It's not rumours. They've said it's free
it's not rumours?
No. But
to me, that makes it less quality.
It's just going to be like Knockout City, which was a fun game that died a death because no one played it.
Yeah, Knockout City did play well, though.
They did have a story trailer for your game of the year, Rudol's Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora.
Fucking fuck up. When Stig said instead of towers, they're going to be climbing trees to unlock the map. It's funny. It's going to be shite. But then again, people really fucking love Avatar, don't they? They really do.
Because people are
1
idiots.
billion people love it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I don't understand. Like, my mates have already, have you seen an Avatar game? I'm like, yes. And I'm not getting it. Oh, no.
That shite looks shite.
It does.
Graphics-wise looks fine, but fuck it, it'd be wank. Yeah. I did Nintendo Direct as well, didn't we?
Oh, yes. Yeah, we did, yeah.
Which had the Tomb Raider trilogy announcement on it.
Yes.
I think the little up-resed graphics look great.
They do.
They haven't gone too far with it. It still looks like it did, but she's not got triangle boobs anymore.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. Does it control like
I liked how it controlled because it felt like a puzzle game.
Yeah, but
no,
she's not square boobies anymore.
Do you not remember fucking spending hours lining up those ultra precise jumps?
Yeah,
I like that about it.
A little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, a little bit to the left.
It was almost Minecraft-y because every bit was a block, wasn't it, of certain amount of spaces.
Yeah, it was basically a grid-based game.
Yeah, grid-based. I don't know. I'm kind of intrigued about this. Is it coming out for everything that as well, not just Switch?
Oh, I don't know. That's just an
imagine it just being Switch.
There wasn't really a lot of showstoppers though, was there? It's basically Luigi's Mansion 2 upscale, Paper Mario 1000 Year Door. I'd be interested in playing that actually. Bit more Super
really
Mario
GameCube
RPG,
classic.
Dave the Diver's coming to Switch. Among Us.
Dave the Diver?
Sorry, Tomb Raider's coming out for everything.
Indie game. Actually,
yes.
I'm surprised you haven't played that.
Yeah, it looks really good from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's like everyone's been.
I like fishing games.
Everyone's been raving about it.
Is it a fishing game?
It is. So it's like fishing game meets kind of restaurant sim. It's like,
where the fuck's this been? I need this.
It's like take Dredge and take the horror out of it.
Shut up! I need this.
You play as a fat guy with a goatee diving under the water.
Yeah, but it's coming to Switch. There you go. You can get it when it comes to Switch.
I'm gonna, mate. Dave the Diver. Let me write that down.
But yeah. Oh, and obviously we got F-Zero.
Well,
F-Zero 99.
Apparently, it's really good fun.
I had a go of it today.
I'm sure it's good fun. I'm sure it's
but
good
it's
fun.
Not F-Zero.
But this is basically like, what they did for. If you've been waiting for F-Zero, this is what it's like when they said, "Oh, there's a new Mario Kart coming," but it's just a booster course pack. Like, fuck off.
or the more.
I think you need to really get off this Stig, this Mario Kart thing, because
no,
ain't coming out until the
it's
next.
Never
oh no, it's not coming out. I know it's not coming out till the next one.
They're done with Mario Kart.
No, they've cancelled it.
It doesn't make sense.
Every Mario game from now on is going to be Mario Football instead.
Everyone always says
Mario Golf.
Oh, Mario Kart 8 still sells bucket loads. That's why they won't release a 9. It's like, that's because there is no fucking other option.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that people would be buying 9 more, wouldn't they, if it came out? How could they innovate from 8 though? I think they've put this in the corner, really. What can they do?
It's like what we were talking about last week with Legend of Zelda. It's like, where do they go from Tears of the Kingdom?
What can you fucking do? What can 9 do that 8 hasn't done?
I've got ideas.
Every fuck. Oh, come on, quickly.
Oh, just go listen to Punk's episode I did on it. It's all on there. Can't be asked to talk about it now.
We will. We'll do us research and we'll listen to that episode. I'm sure it's a solid indictment of what they need to do. I'm sure Nintendo will listen.
Come to me. I can sell you the best Mario Kart game ever.
Okay, I'm actually going to go listen to it.
It's basically going to be Mario Kart / Mario Maker.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That is a good idea. Okay, yes. All right. Colour me intrigued. I'm up for that. Like that one that they did in the house, but without the house shit. Where you can make your own tracks. Remember that one? Mario Kart Camera or whatever it was called.
Yeah, if you live in a fucking mansion.
You do live in a mansion. You've got wings.
You got a butler.
Yeah.
He's dead.
Exactly. He died in the fridge. Anything else on that Nintendo Direct before we swiftly... I do still think Mario Wonder looks fun.
Oh, yeah, Mario Wonder looks great, but it's about time to give us something AAA or new hardware, please.
Were you actually expecting that? Was anyone expecting that in this?
Yeah, because there's been talk about it. When
it's Nintendo, they will announce it when they are ready.
Just drop it on Twitter.
It will be £500.
I have just seen one bit of news to add to the gaming bit before we move on. Just quickly, this is very specifically aimed at Oodles.
Oh, don't aim things at me.
Kotobukiya is developing Armored Core 6 model kits.
Oh, shut up. No. We're already looking on fucking Tokyo Dispatch's thing where you can get them imported without having to pay income tax, whatever it's called. Border tax. Import tax. Yeah. I was looking at that today. I keep eyeing that Metal Gear Rex. £200.
Also, Bandai Spirits has just announced their plans to reveal toys from Armored Core 6 later this year.
I can't be dealing with this. I can't. I will never financially recover from this.
Yeah, I just thought you'd like that.
More robots in my house. I've been told as well I'm not allowed to buy more robots. Not my robots.
Do you do like a one in, one out?
No, I just do it when she's away. you don't notice. It's only this big.
Fair enough.
You don't notice. My shelf of robots is getting quite... It's got a dip in the middle of it now, my robot shelf. Because I put it up with some glue, didn't I?
You did,
no more nails.
Yes, you did.
Stick space. Oh, I built a bed today, if that makes you feel better, mate. Not like a carpenter. I just put a bed together.
It's flat pack. It's piss easy.
Like a carpenter.
I went sanding it down.
Got his chisel set out. Finally, I can put these to good use.
This tree I've had in the backyard for ages.
I've been wondering why it's Mrs. bought my chisel set at Christmas.
No, I did a bed, and I'm proud of myself.
Well done.
I didn't scream once. I usually scream. I hate Allen keys. I fucking hate Allen keys.
Specifically Allen keys.
How'd you hold them? Like,
whichever direction that you need to do.
No, do you hold it the long ways? Or it's just annoying. They're annoying.
Two different directions. You have the short end up to spin it around quickly, and then you use the long end round to tighten it up.
Yeah.
All right, Andy, relax. Remember Andy from Changing Rooms? It's a reference that some people.
He's having an ADHD day today, isn't he?
No.
His brain's all over the place. Next.
No. Next.
There's not a lot to do with film and TV due to the obvious strikes, but as they continue, there have been several fund drives set up by organisations offering to support out-of-work crew. It's already been included actors and writers, and now the latest venture involves an auction featuring all manner of interesting opportunities to hang with or bid on memorabilia from the likes of Better Call Saul's Bob Odenkirk, Adam Scott, and the cast of The Bear. The Union Solidarity Coalition has a variety of lots of bidding. You could win dinner with Odenkirk and his old Mr. Show co-star David Cross, creative consultations with the likes of Maggie Gyllenhaal and Spike Jonze, or even if you're based in LA, have Scott walk your dog. Net proceeds go to the Crew Healthcare Fund.
What about the Mads Mikkelsen stumping out cigarettes on your body?
I don't think that's actually a real thing. I think that was a piss take.
I wish it was real, because I've already put bid in, and I don't know who I've bidded to.
There were some proper funny ones out there, of like getting a celebrity to like shout at you, like one of the actors to shout at you. I think it was Toni Collette to shout at you over the table at dinner.
Yeah.
There was Lady Gaga putting face paint on you for her grand. Do you know what I mean? Just face painting. Cheers, Lady Gaga. Bye.
Brian Cox is missing a trick by he should just bid to auction off him telling someone to fuck off.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, imagine. Oh God. Yeah, I'm full support to him. I mean, bid, pay these people. It's been too long now. This is ridiculous.
There was a bit of news earlier in the week where it said that Warner Brothers are projected to lose like $500 million this year. And someone pointed out that the cost of what the writers and actors are asking would have only cost them $45 million.
The fuck?
There's just no logic there, is there?
No. And I bet the board are sat there in the board meeting gone, we do not negotiate with terrorists. They're not terrorists, they're our staff.
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous. Pay them. Fuck's sake. Stupid. Unionize, baby. Go for it.
Something that is in the works is a film adaptation of Murder, She Wrote. Power producer Amy Pascal and Lauren Schuker-Bloom and Rebecca Angelo, who wrote up-and-coming GameStop share a fair comedy drama Dumb Money, attached to craft the script, although any forward movement on it will have to wait until the strike is over. Murder, She Wrote ran on TV between 1984 and 96, and unfortunately a cameo from the wonderful and Angela Lansbury isn't going to happen because unfortunately she died last year.
She retired, didn't she? Yeah.
Nah, they'll
I love Murder,
scan
She
her
Wrote.
face and they'll just put her in CGI.
Yeah, she'll be AI. Yeah. AI Lansbury.
It's a great show. I loved it when I was younger.
Is it JB Fletcher? I don't like the name in it.
No, Miss Marple.
No, Miss Marple.
It's no Morse.
I'm surprised she wasn't a suspect considering
Frost.
there's a death everywhere she was.
Well, it's like Midsummer Murders, isn't it? Like, why would you live in Midsummer?
You never see? Did you ever watch Midsummer Murders? Is such a weird show. There was that really like meta episode where they were talking about house prices going down because everyone's getting killed. I thought that's fucking genius. That because yeah, absolutely.
Hoodles is looking at his street now.
I could bring rent down tenfold in this street if I go around with my knife. Next,
after you pull it over the bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Something that will cheer Stiggy up is Attack on Titan, the final season, part 3, part 2, it says here. It's set to release on November the 4th.
No, you're right.
Yep.
You're right.
That's what it's called.
Part 3. It's part 2 of part 3 of the final series. It was split. The final series.
God bless Japan.
Oh yeah, the final series was split into 2 parts and then 2 specials. And then 2 specials. So technically, it's like the 4th part of the final series. But
I get what they're saying because it's the 3rd saga and it's the 3rd part. Yeah, I get it.
It's the 3rd part.
But it's weird when you say it.
Yeah. You had part 1, which was like 10 episodes. Part 2 was like 10 episodes. And then you had part 3, which is 2 kind of feature-length episodes. But it's the 2nd part of that part 3.
Stop.
Just watch it all, guys, because it's all incredible.
The problem is, I haven't watched part 1 of part 3 yet because I didn't even realise it was out. And I went to go watch it the other day and I was like, I don't know what the fuck's happened. I can't remember. So I have to go back and watch part 2.
All of yeah.
I kind of know
I've done that with anime.
I know up to the point. It's these last few episodes. I cannot remember where it ended, and I know after the attack of a city and everything. I know that point. And then then afterwards, I just cannot remember what happened. So I'm going to go back and watch those like last 6 episodes.
I've done that with anime loads of times. For some reason, some animes, because you watch them so much and in such quick succession, you just forget.
I think the problem I had with Attack on Titan was I literally binge watched it all at the same time.
That's what I mean.
And because it's taken so long for this last few bits to come out, it's been like a year and a half.
If I wanted to watch new One Punch Man, I'd have to watch the whole thing again because it's been like 4 years.
But they don't really have any narrative behind them, do they?
I know they don't, but you know what I'm saying. It's one of those things. I couldn't imagine like missing out of One Piece for a year. You know what I mean? These massive ones. You'd be fucked, wouldn't you? You'd be absolutely fucked.
Especially if they worked out how to block. One Piece live action that you reviewed last week has been renewed for a 2nd season.
Yes. It was so good. It was so good. And everyone in it's beautiful. Really good. Next. No one else has got anything to add, so next.
Not watched it yet.
Finally, Lando, starring Donald Glover, is being changed from a TV series now into a movie.
I didn't know what you were coming out. Lando? The guy from Rogue One. It's Childish Gambino, isn't it?
From
Solo.
Yeah, Solo. It's Childish Gambino, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Glover,
yeah.
That's better.
He was good. I think it was good. He was good
great.
as Lando Calrissian.
That's better because there's too much TV. And even Disney have said, Bob Iger said he's starting to cut back on the Star Wars and Disney TV because there's too much. So 90 minutes
if I recall,
to 2-hour
he
film,
was the best thing in Solo. It's the only thing I can remember.
Solo was a deeply average film.
I enjoyed it. For like I know he's no
Harrison
Harrison Ford, but they had this little sting at the end that got me a little bit excited, and then they've just sacked it off
because it didn't do as well as Rogue One.
What was the sting? I've seen the film. I can't remember.
It revealed Darth Maul was still alive, So if you've not watched the Clone Wars, but if you've not watched the Clone Wars,
anyway,
if you've not watched the Clone Wars, that's kind of a big reveal. If you're only watching the films.
Spoiler alert, guys! He's got robot legs.
Yeah, it was fine. I just.
I liked him as Lando anyway, and I like Lando as a character. You can't trust him.
I don't like things being set up and then not getting a payoff. Pisses me off.
Totally.
Like Lost.
No, not that. Like that just had an ending that everyone guessed from season 1. I mean, just like doing these post-credit stings and just not having a payoff, like the whole Black Adam Superman thing. Like, what was the point if you're not going to pay it off? It's just shit.
Yeah.
Just make your film and then deal
I never
with.
usually see these stings because I've run out of cinema long before the turn up.
But just make. Do you really think I went to the cinema to see that? Fucking hell.
Let's see Solo. Yeah, I remember going to cinema to see that.
Not that. Black Adam.
No, did I, Eck?
Make your film. This is your film, and then the next film you can just follow on. I think MCU is slightly different because that's a machine that will never stop. They've already proven they can just do that. But because they've done that, everyone's always like, "Oh, we've got to have a sting too." It's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't. I don't like them.
Make your film, and then do your sequel, and then just. But write it better than somehow Palpatine returned.
But he did somehow.
Finally, to the weird world web. Are you ready for this, Oodles? Man played dead after cows trampled him on Carmarthenshire coastal path. A man says he had to Oh, there you go. I don't know these places. A man says he's had to play dead in order to survive being trampled by cows as he walked along a coastal footpath. Retired clergyman Glyn Austin was walking along the Wales coast path on Friday the 1st September when he says a herd of cows charged at him. The 71-year-old was walking to his father-in-law's house with his dogs, both of which were on leads. That's a weird thing to say. When he noticed the cows blocking a section of the path known locally. I had 2 dogs with me, so I didn't want to go near the cattle, so I went round the edge, he said. I thought it was far enough away. My dogs weren't barking and were both on a lead as they came towards me and charged me. Maybe 15 of them. Each time I tried to get up, they knocked me over again and trampled me. I then pretended I was dead. Mr. Austin described the experience as a blur, recording how fast were they going? Recalling how he could hear the cows as they moved around him and how he did not want to open his eyes in case they attacked again. I thought they were going to stop as they got nearer, but they just didn't.
What?
As if it happened in slow motion. They're not a blur.
So it's a blur and it's slow motion.
Right. Okay. Why does he think that playing dead means the cows will attack him? They're not bears.
They're not far off.
They wouldn't. Yeah, but I know they're heavy and big, but they wouldn't. They'd just trample you if you're alive or dead. They're not going to look at him and go, oh, he's dead. We'll just move away then. They'll just carry on walking around.
Did you say he was a man of the cloth as well?
A retired man of the cloth.
See? Even God can't protect you from cows.
No. He sustained 6 broken ribs, including one which was broken in 2 places and bruised into other parts of his body. His body? His body.
His body! Let's go! Modern Escapism after dark.
He is a man of the cloth.
He is a man of the cloth. He was touching it indeed. Oh, the priest's body was laid bare for the bovines.
It was utterly incredible.
Body.
It was a rump roast.
Oh, he enjoyed that burger. I bet that's what his first meal were after hospital. McDonald's now. Revenge will be swift.
Just went to the fence and looked at them.
And then got milk with a moustache.
Your father. Yeah, fuck cows, man. They're horrendous creatures. They shouldn't been domesticated in the first place. We were playing God, and the fighting back. The cows want it back.
Can be quite.
You've seen that Cravendale advert.
Yeah, it can be quite bad though. Like someone around here got killed by them in a field, got trampled by them. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah. There's more attacks every year. They're rebelling. They're communicating with each other. They're sending messages to each other. It's happening.
Like sheep.
Unless you're ready.
Sheep are shifty as fuck. Have you ever walked through
sheep? Yeah.
If you ever walked through a public field with sheep in it, they just stop.
They whisper to each other.
They start coming at you. I used to live in a village where there was a cut through to get from one side of the footpath to the other. You had to go through this field with sheep in. Every time they just come at me. Like sometimes some of them would run at you, and you'd be like, "Fuck, get out of here quickly!"
If you could speak sheep instead of going bah, they're saying fresh meat.
Mm.
That's what they're saying.
You.
Chase. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, all these beasts of burden, they're coming to get you all. And
they've probably got ideas
I'm
after watching streaming service Mubu.
Mubu. What's that?
Shit joke.
Sorry.
All right. Excellent. Thank you, Biggie. Welcome back. You destroyed every bit of reputation that you had with that last joke.
Thank you.
Let's carry on with this review month. And let's see what we've all been up to this week. Gadget.
So mine's going to be short because I'm re-reviewing things that have already been done because most of my week has been Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield. I'm fairly sure if we talk about either of those two again, I'm going to get stabbed.
Baldur's Gate 3? I've not heard of this.
So first thing I'm doing, I think everyone on here has actually reviewed so far. I finally got around to watching the Super Mario movie.
Oh, what? Yeah, did you like it?
It's fine.
That's what I said. It's good.
I didn't love it as much as other people. I didn't hate it as much as some people. Weirdly enough, I thought it was maybe slightly too short. Like the action scenes in it are great, but because
a perfect length.
But because it's 90 minutes, just the kind of the plot is let's go here, let's go here, let's go here. Like there's no dialogue.
When I went to see it, I had a 6-year-old with me at the time. She's now 7.
Oh no, I know it's perfect for kids.
And just as she was just about getting bored when a 6-year-old gets bored at cinema. Yeah. It's over. I'm like, yes. I was like, perfect timing. My son, he sits and watches 3-hour films, you know what I mean? Yeah. He watches anime for fucking hours. But she was just at that moment where she's looking at me like, and I knew it was coming, Daddy, I need toilet, or Daddy, I want to go. Just as that happened, film ended. And I was like, thank you. Good night.
I will say, I love the animation. I love it's one thing Illumination are really good at doing. It's like, the technology, like I noticed it especially with like the clothing, like Peach's dress looked like it was made of silk and like individual strands of hair and shit like that. I really liked. I thought that film needed a lot more Luigi. Didn't have enough Luigi for me. True. Like Charlie Day clearly just turned up and just did an afternoon's worth of work.
Got paid.
Yeah. I love the Easter eggs. There's plenty. I watched it again recently.
Yeah. So many references which I really enjoyed. Even just like all the little stings are related to whatever, like stings in the music are all related to whatever level that they might be in.
Or just like little things like Luigi's ringtone is the GameCube.
I like
intro.
That. Yeah.
Charles Martinet's last performance as well.
Yep. Or the rap in their little advert it's the same beat as the Super Mario Super Show.
Oh, love that show. I've got that on DVD.
So yeah,
so good.
For me, it's like a 7 out of 10 film. It's fine.
But the original Super Mario movie was a 2 out of 10 film.
Well,
so it's
that was
a lot better.
I'm sorry, but the people who tried to come out and say, "Oh, retrospectively, that original Mario is so much better because we're trying to do something interesting new." Nah, fuck you. It is not a good film.
It was always.
It's not a good film.
I watched the old Super Mario Brothers movie the week I watched the new one. No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's horrendous.
It's always been a
horrendous. Even if you don't take it as a Mario film, it is a mushroom shite.
It's just Bob Hoskins. Everyone's like, Bob Hoskins, he holds it up. Even he's not even there all the time. He
didn't even know what a Super Mario was.
Yeah, he's getting a pay. Not like when he was Eddie Valiant in Roger Rabbit, where you could see he loved doing that performance.
Yeah,
he enjoyed it because he respected all the old classic cartoons and stuff. Again, he did not know what a Super Mario was. And he probably did it because his kids were like, "Go on, Dad." Love a bit of Super Mario.
And Dennis Hopper only did it for the drug money.
Of course, cocaine's very expensive.
He wanted those mushrooms.
Expensive.
So, what did you
it's terrible.
make of Chris Pratt then? Not as bad as everyone
was
worried about, was he?
It made sense for a character with dialogue. It was like Chris Pratt doing a Brooklyn accent. Fine, yeah.
I think it was such a nothing. It wasn't. I forgot it was Chris Pratt, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, anyone could have played that. To be fair.
If you forget that's him, like as soon as Luigi's talking, I'm like, fucking hell, here he is.
But
chaos is here.
Charlie Day.
I mean, Charlie Day is from New York. He sounds like he's from New York.
You don't have to put an accent on, does it?
Jack Black obviously steals the film, like, but
absolutely.
Anya Taylor-Joy's really good. She suited Peach. Jack Black were born to be Bowser.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's the most successful thing from that film. That fucking song went to #1.
Yeah, he absolutely runs away with that film. He's so good in it.
It's his film. It's a good film. I think a 7 is
of course
perfect.
The best character in it is that fucking nihilistic Lumos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet release of death.
Yeah. I like the nihilist Lumos.
Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot.
That came out of the left field. That was so fucking funny. But yeah, it's fine.
I haven't watched it again. I might watch it again because I know it's out now, isn't it?
It's actually one of the few roles I like Seth Rogen in as well. I'm fairly sure he only got hired for Donkey Kong for his laugh.
Yeah. But again, I weren't thinking it was Seth Rogen. I knew it was. Or whatever he does, that fucking laugh he does. I knew it was him, but I wasn't distracted that it was him. And I think that's when you get it right, when you're not thinking it's the voice actor. Like it was Keegan-Michael Key, wasn't it, that did Toad?
Yeah.
And I weren't thinking it were him.
No. Didn't realise it was him, and I've forgotten that he was Toad until I saw it in the credits.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that's a success on Illumination's part for the casting.
Like I say, it's a 7 out of 10 film. The animation is absolutely the best thing in it, as is Jack Black.
Yep.
It's fine. It got a few. If you take the Mark Kermode test, it got 6 laughs out of me, so it's a successful comedy.
Yeah. Can't argue with that.
I just remember the opening, which is really good though, with the penguins. He's like, "That is just a taste of our power."
Will you eat it? No, I will not. The fucking penguins. The other thing I want to talk about, and this is the proper re-review. So I was really pissed off with the fact that I didn't like Armored Core 6, and it's been really weighing on my mind for a few weeks now. So I saw a cheap code for it on CD Keys. I rebought it on Steam. And I thought, I'm going to give it another try, because I've got all the From Software games multiple times anyway, so let's give it a go. So I played it this afternoon. You know, Oodles?
Clicked.
Fucking love it. It's so good on PC.
I told you, mate. I fucking told you.
So,
are you playing with your keyboard and mouse?
No, I'm playing with a pad.
Apparently, it's ridiculous.
I did try
keyboard and mouse.
I did try it with keyboard and mouse, and I couldn't get my head around it. Like the key binds.
The key binding, the turning circle's not quick enough and stuff.
But okay, so
how far did you get?
Literally smashed through the entire first chapter.
It's not long, is it? That bit. When you know what you're doing.
It took me 4 hours. I still had trouble with the boss at the end of the chapter. What's it? Him with all the rockets. Belias, something, whatever he's called.
Belias.
Yeah. Oh, he's still trouble.
Yeah. He's not easy regardless. Even New Game Plus 3. Yeah.
So I'm not going to go and like re-review it as a game because I've talked about it a lot, and obviously Oodles gave the proper review. But I'm going to say why I like
10 out of 10.
Well, I'm going to say why it's clicked for me this on PC as opposed to PlayStation.
Because you got to chapter 2.
No, I got to chapter 2 on PlayStation.
Oh, did you? All right, because that's when it really gets going. Yeah.
60 frames a second.
Yeah,
it's fucking buttery smooth on PC, but also it has ultra wide support. And what I found,
I bet that suits it, doesn't it?
Well, it does, because all your UI is still in like your 60 by 9 1080p, but then you've got the extra peripheral vision to see missiles coming in at you.
Like you had, like if you were in the cab of the mech. You'd have windows to your side, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Whereas on the when you're playing it on a telly via the PlayStation, you can't change
square, innit?
You can't change the FOV, so you can't change
you can't.
the angle of your view. But having it on ultra wide, I'm finding it much more comfortable to play. I still hated that mission with the fucking invisible lads. That was terrible. Still,
there's only the one.
I know, but it was terrible. But no, it's absolutely clicked, and I think the smoother performance. Like the graphics aren't any better than it is on the PlayStation, but it's the performance. No. It feels so much more comfortable playing it at 60 frames a second as opposed to 30. So yeah, it just I think it's the same thing. Like I struggled with Sekiro until I played it at 60 frames a second, and then it clicked for me.
Especially Armored Core, because it's such a bullet hell. Those extra frames do make it.
It does help because
must make it more maneuverable and more like you've got more time to react.
Because I was thinking about like with the Souls games or with Elden Ring. There's a lot happening on screen, but you don't need 60 frames a second for it. It's
not bullet alley, is it?
No, you can avoid the attacks. It's all proper planning and placement. Whereas with Sekiro and with Armored Core, it's about instant reactions as soon as you hear a cue or see a move. And having 60 frames a second just makes it so much more comfortable. So yeah, so I'm playing it on PC. I'm really enjoying it. It took me 6 hours to get through the first chapter on the PlayStation, and I've smashed through it in 4 hours on the PC. So yeah, I'm all in for it. So I'm going to try and see the game through.
What kind of mech are you maining? Are you maining legs, bipedal, or your tank?
What
are you doing?
Bipedal with kinetic weapons.
Ooh, so you're a mage, are you?
I tell you what, I very much enjoy dual shotguns. It's overpowered as fuck. Was that?
I bet you do.
Was it the one with the boss when you climb the wall? Is it the Juggernaut or something like that? No, that's a different boss. Yeah. Fighting him with 2 shotguns and upward firing missiles. That I creamed him in fucking 30 seconds.
After the level when you get crowned the wall climber.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm really massively much more enjoying it on PC. And I think the last thing as well, I don't know if you probably won't notice this, Oodles, because you sit right in front of your monitor. When I was playing it on the telly, the UI is really hard to read at a distance.
It's tiny.
Whereas when I've got my monitor in front of us, obviously I'm sat 30 inches away. I can read it.
I think it's because its UI is like, I've said it before, I'll say it, it's like Ace Combat, where everything's in the center of your panel and your stamina is in the center.
Yeah, but it's faded white on grey backgrounds.
Yes.
So when I'm across the room from the telly, I was struggling to read it. I was struggling to read text.
There's no way you can see it. Not with your eyes, anyway.
Well, I've just got new glasses as well.
Colourblind as fuck, anyway.
Colourblind as fuck. Whereas on a monitor with it, my monitor is HDR, where my telly doesn't have that. Everything looks better. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it on the PC. So
I want to see your mech boy. I want to see what you've designed it like.
I haven't done any design at the minute. I'll take a screenshot next time I go into it.
Yeah, boy.
But yeah, that's me.
I couldn't see you as a kinetic guy. I thought you'd be a bit more, I don't know, snipey boy.
I do like some of the long range weapons, but I haven't gotten used to them yet.
Do you know what? I've started going.
Love the sword as well.
Builds. I do expert builds where I have machine guns, and then I'm machine guns on my back, and rather than reloading, I'm just swapping machine guns constantly, and I'm just mincing through everybody.
I've unlocked that ability. I haven't used it yet.
Yeah, I don't use rockets anymore. Rockets are for losers.
Well, fuck you too.
Yeah, it's a great game. Excellent. Glad I can put some more robots on the pod art.
Yes.
Stig, what have you been doing?
I have watched films this week because no one wants to hear me talking about Baldur's Gate 3 again.
I do.
No, I haven't heard about Baldur's Gate 3. Do you want to talk about that for a bit?
Is it any good?
Oh, okay, let me get into it. So,
Baldur's Gate is a game by Larian Studios.
No, I've watched a couple of films. I'll talk about them. The first one is Past Lives. It's directed by Celine Song. It's about Nora and Hoi Sung, 2 deeply connected childhood friends. They're kind of pulled apart when they're younger, when Nora family emigrates from South Korea. And then 20 years later, they reunite and kind of come together. So they find each other over the internet, and then they have this relationship over the internet, and then they reunite again further down the line. But at this point, she's now married. And it's just, I don't know, it's just really good. It's kind of dripping in melancholy. And if you've kind of got childhood sweethearts, it might leave you kind of aching for one of them.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
I don't. But I'm saying if you watch this and you've got some childhood sweethearts that maybe every now and again you think about, it might leave you leaving a bit longing for them. But at the cinema,
you married my cousin.
The cinematography is brilliant. The dialogue is amazing. It's so natural. Both the leads, Greta Lee and Teo Yo, you can see the connection. There is a connection there between them. It's really, really good. And it's just this really kind of it's kind of odd because the husband, there is no real romantic kind of thing there between them. They were never really together. There's just this kind of connection from childhood, and it's all.
I get it.
And they kind of talk about the past lives, and it's all about in another life, this could have been us, this could have been that, etc. And even the husband makes a joke in there about being, if this was like a Hollywood film, I'd be the evil white husband who kept the 2 love interests apart. So it's very self-knowing. But yeah, it's really, really good. Like really great performances, and
I like sound of it.
Yeah, it's half kind of Korean, half English. So you will have to, watch with if you don't like watching films with subtitles, then you're kind of out.
And you're a moron.
Yeah, but yeah, that's I really recommend watching it. I think it's like an hour, 106 minutes long.
I think I've seen trailer to it. I think I've seen someone on TikTok say, "You've got to watch this film."
Yeah,
on
so it's not
AI voices.
It's not a long film. It's kind of split into your 3 sections, like them as children, then like several years later, and then another several years later down the line.
I'm up for it.
Very good film. Really, really enjoyed that. And then the other film that I watched this week, completely opposite scale of that, is The Blackening.
Okay.
Blackening. The Blackening. The Blackening is
Is that Metallica's new album?
It's
one of Machine Head's albums.
That's Machine Head, yeah. That's it.
It's about a group of black friends who reunite for a Juneteenth weekend getaway, only to find themselves trapped in a remote cabin with a twisted killer.
I have seen the trailer to this.
Yeah. So basically they go to...
It's a tongue-in-cheek one, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so. They go to this cabin, they go into this room that's called the games room, and in there there's this kind of Jumanji-style board game where the centerpiece is a minstrel face.
Okay. Blackface.
Yeah. So it's... Okay. It's that, and
I could see your brain going, how does it say this?
No, I was trying to think of if you said the correct, politically correct term. But yeah,
you nailed it, mate.
And it starts to ask them questions. If you get these questions wrong, then you will die, etc. Blah blah blah. And it starts to give them like a quiz on Black history and stuff like that.
So they know the culture and stuff.
Yeah, and like one of the questions is like name. I think it's like 7 actors from Friends that were black.
Is there any in?
Yeah, there is. But it's really fucking difficult to remember. There's like one actress who was like the main center. She was in there for a while. What's her name? She plays Charlie.
His girlfriend, wasn't it?
Aisha Dixon.
That's not Dixon. It's
Aisha Tyler. Sorry,
Tyler. That's it. Yeah. So she was in it for a series as Ross and Joey's kind of love interest. But there are other ones in there, but they're all kind of, it's that tongue in cheek. It's like, it's a very white, a very white show, and like they all kind of look to the girl who's got a white dad, that kind of, like she's got a black woman and a white dad, and they kind of look to her for the answer. So it's all very like silly and fun like that, and it just kind of does a lot of subverting expectations with horror films, and the old joke about if you're the black person in a horror film, you're the first to die.
You're gonna die first.
Yeah, and there's a gay black guy in there, so he's obviously like cracking those kind of jokes, and but it plays on all that, and I just found it really funny. I laughed a lot.
Awesome. I liked the trailer, so now you've seen it and said it's good. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah, of course, it's got Diedrich Bader in it.
Of course, it has.
As Ranger White.
A great Batman. Yeah. A great Batman.
I was looking at the director, Tim Story, on what he's done, and I'm surprised that he's managed to make such a fun film, because the only film out of his that I think is good was Barbershop, which also has that very kind of like black humor. The rest of his output is Ride Along, Shaft, Taxi with Queen Latifah.
You mean Shaft, the Samuel L. Jackson version?
Yeah. Fantastic Four and Fantastic Four: Rise of Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Oh god, he did Tom and Jerry.
The new Tom and Jerry. So yeah.
So he was the person involved with the Galactus cloud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this is really good, and I really, really enjoy black comedies, like with black humor and that.
I do, yeah.
I think there's just
I do.
Obviously, I have no cultural reference. I just find them hilarious. Like when they're done really well.
There's a savageness to it in a great way. Like, because and this is going to sound white man explaining black stuff, but because they're allowed to do and say stuff that a white person can, it's a bit more like, It's really savage with the humor, and I really like it.
Yeah, there's a lot of them taking the piss out of each other on who's the blackest and
yeah,
and who says the N-word the most and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and it's really funny. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Cool. I've got one quick one because I can't really review it fully because I only just started. But one of my favorite dramas of the past few years has started again. The Morning Show is back.
Oh yeah, I heard about this.
I love The Morning Show. So for those that don't know, it's an Apple TV Plus newsroom drama set in the real world, focusing on real world events such as #MeToo movement, season 2 global pandemic. So a quick overview. The show stars Reese Witherspoon as Bradley Jackson, Jennifer Aniston as Alex Levy, and the show is about 2 female news anchors for it's like a This Morning style American chat show. I don't know what they call it in America, the real one, but we've got like This Morning and Good Morning Britain and stuff like this.
Good Morning America, isn't it?
Probably, yeah. And it's ruled by a Rupert Murdoch type, played by Billy Crudup. And again, Billy Crudup can do no wrong in my eyes. Everything he touches turns to golden. I think he's amazing at playing someone that's coked up out of his head all the time, and just he's got this air about him. But anyway, he's for a megacorp in New York. It's Rupert Murdoch, basically. The parallels are unreal. But it's also co-starring Steve Carell, John Hamm, Mark Duplass, Janina Gavankar, Mindy Kaling, and Stephen Fry, of all other people.
Steve Carell's fantastic in it.
Oh, he's brilliant in it. He's drama, Steve Carell, as well, because this is a drama with some comedy bits in it. It's not a comedy. And it takes its place really seriously. So the first series was all about the #MeToo movement and handling that topic with respect and reverence, and people wanting to come out about the assault that they've been in and stuff like that. And I think you've seen season 1, Biggie?
I've seen 1 and 2, so this is the third season.
I think season 1 really handled it perfectly.
Yeah,
it was really respectful and
definitely
it were realistic as well, but I won't spoil the outcome of that one. And second series was focused on pandemic and how news and TV channels made more money than they've ever made in the history of the medium during it, and they're losing the soul along the way because of it, the integrity and stuff like that. And the fucked up thing about series 3, again based on real life, it seems to be focusing on John Hamm's Elon Musk character. And he's trying to buy the company, and he's also trying to send Jennifer Aniston into space, into one of his cock rockets. and
John Hamm is the perfect person to play this role.
Yes, he's the Elon Musk that's trying to sweep in and buy this company so he can, like he did with Twitter /X, have his free speech in a well-established, the actual newsrooms. Independent, they're not politically aligned with any side, and you can see the machinations. It's only 2 episodes out so far. The machinations are great, and I tell you what, Jennifer Aniston is probably one of the best looking humans on planet. She's insane. She's not a young woman, is she anymore?
No, she's in her 50s.
Yeah, but she has done the old Botox though.
I don't care, mate. It's worked. I don't care. She looks fucking incredible. It's like wow, and she's fantastic. She's probably the lead in this, isn't she, Biggie? She's probably the main person in it. She's
definitely. She and Reese Witherspoon are really good at bouncing off each other at the beginning.
It's just... Do you know why you guys all really lapped up Succession and loved it? I don't want to be that person that bigs up the morning show and you're all like, oh yeah, it's all right. Like I did with Succession. Oh yeah, it's all right. But for me, I think it's the best thing Apple TV have done. I think it's better than Ted Lasso.
It's been on my to-watch list for a while.
Yeah, it's on mine as well.
Yeah, I've been praising it for ages. I think it's excellent.
I just love how they play on real-world events. And, like, when the first series came out, it was the Me Too movement was really... And now it's all about billionaires trying to buy up smaller things and ruin it, and free speech and cyber attacks, and I don't know, it's just really good. And again, Apple don't give a fuck, do they? They're not, are they going to piss off? They're one of the biggest companies on the planet, so they're not scared to say shit, are they?
No.
And it's just, it's slick. Everyone in it's fantastic. Massive budget. And I don't hear enough people chatting about it because it's stuck on Apple TV Plus. It's not as mainstream as a lot of people think it is. It's not. If this was on Netflix, it'd be the biggest thing since sliced bread.
Yeah.
Telling you, it's so fucking good. I want people to watch it.
I'll give it a shot.
It's the only show me and the wife sit down and watch together.
I tell you how compelling it is. What's nice to hear what you said about Jennifer Aniston is, and it happens with a lot of comedy actors, is they spend years just doing kind of since Friends, she spent years doing like average as fuck comedy, romantic comedies and comedy films.
Amazing in this,
and like a fucking Mother's Day film I had to watch for the Patreon show. Jesus fucking Christ!
But now it's like they finally kind of find a different area. It's like they can do dramatic roles and they're really good at it. Like Steve Carell, like is when he goes into a dramatic role, he's fantastic. Even Mr. Sandler is like that, isn't he?
Yeah, Sandler. When Sandler doesn't make a holiday film for himself, it's really, really good. The basketball one he did last year was phenomenal. But yeah, Jennifer Aniston, she is incredible. I can't stress how good she is at this and how she can spin that character around. At first, you don't like her because you're seeing everything through Reese Witherspoon, the new anchor, and then she spins it all around to like, oh, she was right all along. That kind of, and she is the greatest thing in it. To me, it's like it's her Meryl Streep era. She's like that much of empowering when she's on screen. You know, when you see Meryl Streep and you're just like, oh, you can't not watch her. She's that good. She is that good. And why is she not winning loads of awards? It's probably because it's her from Friends. Do you know what I mean? She might be winning awards for this. I don't know, but this show is fucking brilliant.
You know, Reese,
I think you should all watch it.
Reese Witherspoon played Jennifer Aniston's sister in Friends.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. It's got the who's who of anybody that's like that. Billy Crudup clearly is Apple TV's new poster boy. He's been in everything they've fucking done, but he's really good in this. He's fantastic. Everyone's great in it, and Stephen Fry's. He's only sprinkled in episodes, but when he's in it, it's Stephen fucking Fry, baby. Everyone's great.
Jennifer Aniston was nominated for an Outstanding Lead Actress Emmy in 2020 for The Morning Show.
She should have won it. I've never seen such a more powerful female presence on a show like this. She is literally like Don Draper in the shit out of this.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, the character's not the most likable either at first, do you?
Exactly.
Very offish with her.
The only winner of an Emmy The Morning Show has had was Billy Crudup. For Outstanding Supporting Actor.
He's brilliant. Rupert Murdoch, basically. He's brilliant. He's fantastic, but on more coke than Murdoch ever could ingest. It's just I think everyone should at least watch the first episode this week with your partners. You'll just get sucked into it and you'll be like, God, this is so real, isn't it? I'm like, yeah, this is so fucking real. They just changed the name. Do you know what I mean? They just changed the name of the station. That's it. It's so good. And I have to wait every week for the next episode, but it's so fucking good. That's what I've been doing. Biggie.
Well, for reasons I can't explain, I watched the Final Destination movie series again, and yes, they got progressively worse.
I've never seen them.
For such a cool concept, I like the first one. I thought it was really clever, and there's some great bits in all the movies, but they really fucked around with that series.
There's so much great stuff on telly. You're watching Final Destination movies. There's all these amazing games coming out. You're playing the Divinity Original Sin.
I wanted to watch something more current and interesting, so I did watch a horror film, and it's Talk to Me.
Here we go.
That's the other thing I watched this week.
Talk to Me. Terry Tibbs, Talk to Me.
Which is a 2022 Australian supernatural horror film directed by Danny and Michael Philippou. Written by Danny Philippou and Bill Hinsman, based on a concept by Daley Pearson. The cast stars, some of these people you may not know, apart from one obvious one, Sophie Wilde, Alexandra Jensen, Joe Bird, Otis Dahani, Miranda Otto, yes, the Aragorn not back, Zoe Tarakis,
didn't like it, did he?
Alosio, Marcus Johnson, and Alexandra Stephenson. And this film follows a group of teenagers who discover they're able to contact spirits using mysterious embalmed hand, only for things to go too far. The film is set in the filmmaker's hometown of Adelaide, South Australia. And the brothers said they're committed to filming or doing at least post-production in Australia for all future projects. So it's nice that they're bigging up their home country. Yep. I really love this. It has themes that cover grief, social media, addiction, and peer pressure. And it basically stars Mia, who's a 17-year-old girl who's still dealing with the suicide of her mum. It's a 2-year anniversary, and she struggles in social events with people from her school and stuff, and like house parties. At events like house parties. And her best friend Jade is doing her best to support her by trying to get her involved. Videos of these so-called seances are going viral, and they question whether these are fake. So they go to parties to see the events for themselves. It's basically clearly an allegory for drug abuse and drug use.
Yeah.
But it does have this great scene where the main characters all take part in this seance where you have to light this candle. The individual taking part is strapped into a chair. Their arms are free. And then they hold this hand that's put on the table in front of them. And they basically have to say, talk to me. And then a random spirit will appear in front of them. And then apparently no one else can see it. So only that you that's holding the hand can see this. And then once you can see this apparition, you then say, I let you in. And then the spirit possesses your body. For reasons that are not explained. The time limit is 90 seconds. And then the hand is then taken away from you. And the candle is then blown out, which breaks this connection. All the kids are basically getting a rush from taking part in this, and they get all possessed by random spirits.
A drug.
There's this really cool scene where you get all these random spirits taking them over and doing really weird stuff with the person that's possessed. Sophie Wilde is outstanding as the main protagonist. She's so good in this. Really portrays the grief that she's going through, the social awkwardness, and then the stuff that comes with the issue about the possession. And then the other guy, Joe Bird, who plays her best friend's younger brother, he's really good in this as well. The visuals and the sound are fantastic. There's gore in places, but it's used sparingly, and I think at the right time. There seems to be like this genuine sense of unease throughout, and it's got its fair shares of jump scares as well. But I just really enjoyed it. I thought it's a play on saints. It's like the movie that Stiggy was talking about earlier. These are sort of cliches that we've all seen before, but they just do it different. And,
I like it when there's subvert expectations.
Really recommend this. And if you're interested in it, watch the trailer. That's really cool.
I just can't get into horrors. Is it not more of a psychological, supernatural thing?
Yeah,
I don't really like horrors.
A bit of everything. Yeah, there are times throughout where you're not quite sure what you're watching is real or not. Is that good?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm intrigued.
Diggy, what did you think?
Intrigued. I thought it was all right.
Woo! Well, there you go. I really enjoyed it.
But I talked about the other two films more. It was my least enjoyable out of the three that I watched this week. But it has some good stuff in it. Some good visuals and, like Biggie said, some good ideas and what on it. But I don't know. I'm never really taken aback by horrors. Really,
I don't like them. They're crap. New horrors, anyway. Old horrors are better.
If they're done well, they're good. I thought this was really done well.
But it's not like Tony Collette in Biggie Don't Care.
I don't know what it is. Just like,
yeah, I get it. Go on. You think?
I think that stuff that makes me feel uneasy affects me more than just watching somebody in here's a ghoul with good makeup on.
I think a home invasion film is scarier than a demon coming to get a little girl.
Yeah.
It's way scarier. Way scarier. But yeah, excellent.
Like it's been bigged up and people enjoy it, but it was just, I found it enjoyable, but I wasn't raving about it.
Cool. It's not the best movie in the world, but yeah, for me, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
No, Biggie, it was shit, all right? I said shit.
No, mate. So you can't say things like that. We talked about this on the pod.
Okay, let's get some feedback before these two start scrapping.
Okay, well, there's some themes on the feedback this week. First up, we're starting with Mike Halstead. I started Baldur's Gate 3, which is so far exceeding all expectations. And in between, we have been watching the Scream films. Having only seen the first one previously, they are so silly, and we are going to get 5 and 6 finished this week.
Don't bother.
Yeah, Stiggy's covered them.
Super Natty Cat has said, this week I decided to watch Hereditary again, just to see if it freaked me out as much as the first time I watched it.
Why are people doing this? Going back to things when there's so much great stuff available.
She says, that film is terrifying in the unconventional way. You could watch it and think it's a psychological horror, but it actually does have a supernatural spin. Follows the story of a grieving mother trying to fumble her way through work and life with a dysfunctional family while struggling with the bereavement. Flash forward to a little girl getting decapitated, demonic possessions, and the freakiest moment in an attic involving some cheese wire, a rotted, gross dead granny, and a floating corpse.
And that's literally the reason I don't like that film.
The music is chilling, and Fuck Me Blind, the second watch, was probably worse than the first. Stuff where kids get hurt really hits hard, especially when they show it on screen. Blech.
Yeah, I agree, but I've still not seen that film.
That first half of that film is incredible. It's so tense and unnerving. And as soon as the supernatural element came into it, it just, like, that instantly just lost marks.
Ruins it, doesn't it? Ruins it.
No, I like it. I like the fact that it's all linked. The whole story is all linked. And the ending, there's a reason why that happens at the end. It's all linked.
You're not allowed to like it.
I know there's a reason for it. I just didn't like it. I just thought it ruined kind of everything that came before.
You are entitled to your opinion, sir.
She goes on to say, Stuarticus this week watched Elemental on Disney+. Good. He loved this film. The colours were bright and movements were easy to follow. He did also enjoy some apple puree whilst watching, and the stuff tastes banging. 4 out of 5 film, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5 apple paste.
I like apple puree, the baby one, the gritty one.
I love his reviews.
I don't know if she's reviewing stuff quite curiously through Stuarticus.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elemental's good. It's fine. 3 out of 5.
I'd get a 3 out of 5, I think.
Mr. Podcast himself, Planty, he's broken down his week for us. So we're just going to go through Monday, he watched The Italian Job. It's still brilliant fun and younger than Biggie. Want to hear more about that?
Our about the Mark Wahlberg one.
Now. He's giving a bit of self-promotion for 100 things we learned about films. Tuesday, finally got the internet in at the new house and downloaded Baldur's Gate 3. Spent 2 hours creating my character. Wednesday, Baldur's Gate 3. Thursday, Baldur's Gate 3. Friday, Baldur's Gate 3. Saturday, Baldur's Gate 3 until my wife threatened to divorce me if I played any more. So we watched Talk to Me, an oddly dark Ouija board horror that was just grim enough. 3 out of 5, followed by the new Boogeyman. Boring man, more like.
Yes, shite.
And I assume a gender-fluid monster because at no point did I see its dick. Unlike my bard and Baldur's Gate 3, which I've seen tons already.
Yeah.
Sunday, Baldur's Gate 3, painting, walls, not the fucking Hawaiian. And tonight, I'll be forced to daydream about my bard's knob whilst we watch some subpar horror. Now I've just got to fall asleep until the next Candyland and Biggie News song. Keep up the good work, Uncle Planty.
I love the nice cut penises of my characters on Baldur's Gate. Do you know what though? I've not played it for 2 days and I can feel it. I can feel that I've not played it for 2 days. I can feel it.
You finished it.
Getting the itch.
I haven't finished it.
No, he started again because he didn't like his decisions.
I saw the credits.
Yeah,
I finished it.
He got the bad ending that you can get.
Remember, you can finish Far Cry in about a minute, can't you? Remember one of the Far Cry games, you can complete that in a minute. Don't mean you finished it.
Yeah. We then move on to Tig, who said, I watched Alfonso Cuarón's 2006 movie Children of Men.
That's great.
Grim but essential in this hellhole we call Britain. Based on P.D. James's novel, I was intrigued to see what it was about, as it's referenced several times in a political book I'm reading, Mark Fisher's Capitalist Realism. I'm also still playing Starfield, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, Children of Men's. It's a tough watch, but fucking hell.
It's a grim film, but it's very good.
It's more realistic now than ever. Fucking hell. Correct. I feel like that taking my kids to school.
Right. Oodles, the next one is Xenos, and he's getting nerdy on this one, so strap in.
Is it about something we like or not?
No.
Oh, God.
But in fact, something that you specifically reject its existence of.
Oh, no. It's not Destiny, is it?
Not that this is something new I'm playing, but since I'm still mainly in Baldur's Gate at the moment, I thought I'd pass over some Destiny 2 news.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I appreciate that, man, more than he realises, but fucking hell. Go on.
Well, this is detailed. Things are hilariously broken right now. It's not entirely clear how this has happened, but people discovered this week that there's a bug in the weapon crafting system where, if your latency is high enough, you can shove components from one gun type into another gun type, and it's all gone a bit Borderlands. One of my friends has been running around with an assault rifle that thinks it's a shotgun. but hasn't quite worked out what being a shotgun means and is instead firing 16 bullets per bullet with no spread at all straight down the middle of the crosshairs. He's also done that with a grenade launcher in case he needs to fire one shot and have an entire room explode. I gather it also works if you try and jam a rocket launcher into a shotgun, but what happens in that case is that all the rockets hit each other and explode, so it's great for killing yourself and anything else within 2 meters, but not much use for anything else. Bungie has a long-standing commitment to not banning players who discover an exploit, on the grounds that it's Bungie's fault for cocking that up, not theirs for finding it. They've got a fix rolling out at about 8 PM this evening, so by the time this gets read out on the recording, it'll probably be over, but it's worth noting that I'm genuinely impressed the game's engine just didn't keel over when presented with guns behaving like this. For all Destiny's flaws, the fact that this works instead of throwing up a bunch of error messages is astonishing. To accompanying that, here's a damage readout for our kill on the final boss of the newest raid. Normally, player damage for a boss tends to be between 3 and 5 million, maybe 6 if you're pushing it. And he's got his match results here, and the guy on the top of his match results has a damage against Crota of 12 million.
Oh.
So, and then he did put an update in after 8 PM.
Finally.
Which was, where is it? Let's get my phone out. Update on the bug in Destiny. It's proven harder to fix than expected because they don't want to break everyone's legitimate weapons and erase the progress they've made on the list on the last few days. So it is in fact still happening. There you go. You had some Destiny news
just
there.
Just leave it then. I said, just leave it. Fuck it.
I like the idea. I like the idea of an assault rifle that thinks it's a shotgun.
If it's all I hear about people that play Destiny or are in the vicinity of someone that plays Destiny is how bad it is. Stop fucking playing it then.
Did you ever play Destiny 2 when Zer used to give you this weapon? I can't remember the name of it, but it basically fired this like straight laser from the gun. And if you managed to get hold of it, you were totally overpowered in any of the multiplayer stuff. And people complained because if you couldn't get this gun, then you're basically being destroyed.
Because you were time-locked, weren't it?
So Bungie allowed everybody to get hold of this gun. So then everyone was running around with a laser gun. It was just ridiculous.
I remember when Bungie were a developer of Prestige.
Everybody have the problem.
Fucking Destiny 2, man. Just fucking nuke it from orbit, man. God. I feel sorry for people that are so invested in it. That's what they're the victims. You know what I'm like? Gamers being victims. These Destiny players are the victims. I'm telling you, it's not fair.
Service games, though, it's a problem because they tweak with it all the time.
Good service games like Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, but
it's flawless in its execution.
Destiny's a good service game.
Always breaks something else. This is the problem.
The shooting in it is fantastic.
So,
do you know that planet you bought, Stig, that disappeared? Did you feel like it were a good game then?
Apart from that.
Apart from that.
Right, okay, last up, because we're killing time here. Best Boy Kurt Lewin has said, short one from me. Started watching The Wire. It seems to be a slow starter, and I've had to put subtitles on, but I'm going to persevere with it as I hear it takes a while to get going.
There's some accents in that film. That show, sorry.
It's the best. It's the best.
I picked up Pikmin 4 for my handheld fix after abandoning Blasphemous 2. And it also took a while to get his hooks in, so much so I nearly abandoned that. But then yesterday evening finally clicked once I'd figured out some things, and now I'm enjoying it.
I don't get Pikmin. Do you not get it?
No, I don't get it either.
I've never played a Pikmin game. And I had a GameCube. I should have done, shouldn't I?
You should have.
Well, you can play Pikmin 3 and Pikmin 4 on the Switch because they released 2 Pikmin games and not one single Mario Kart game.
Okay. I'd rather not. Oh, you've upset Gadget now. Look, he's run off.
Yeah, because he's upset that they didn't release a Mario Kart game. They just gave us an updated Switch Wii U version.
No.
For more on that, head to what the fuck do we want, pod?
Oh, Stigger's got shares in. It's public thing now, isn't it? Company. Publicly traded company now, so you've bought shares in it, 51%. It's actually your company now.
Yep. He doesn't know yet, but
he doesn't know it. He knows now. But I'm sure that's all the feedback now. Gadget's died. But yeah, again, links to all our extracurricular activities are in our show notes and at modernescapism.co.uk. Don't forget, you've had Kenny Potter. We're recording a new Kenny Potter very soon. We're recording a new Patreon episode very soon. We're recording Scorched Sheep very soon. The mid-season special. We're recording so much for patrons to enjoy, love, and not share with anyone else. Because I've heard some of you have been sharing stuff, and if I find out who it is, I'm coming to your house and I'm going to slap you. Telling you. Stig's coming to your house and Stig's going to slap you.
I'm going to take 51% ownership of you.
Yes, absolutely. Stig's going to drive me to your house and I'm going to pray you. Yeah. But yeah, if you are a patron, you get the green room in a second. But, again, she's not here. But I'm assuming we're going to take a trip down to Candyland.
And now, what's up in Candyland?
Yes, she's actually submitted some this week, probably because we absolutely rinsed her last week when she didn't send anything in. And rightly so.
The toothbrush gate, we like now call it, the incident.
Yeah.
The Colgate.
Colgate.
None of you saw the video that Candy sent us either after that.
No.
That video
wicked woman.
Astounded me. I was just about tucking into, when you tuck into bed and you get that malaise where you're like, oh, my eyes are going. And then a video popped up and I saw that and I had nightmares.
Maybe we'll
and if you want to pay us full whack on Patreon, I will personally send you that video because it's on my phone. It's a bit OnlyFansy, slightly. Slightly.
Only cans. Right. Candyland this week. So she said, today I learned that the inventor of the Pringles can was buried in a Pringles can. Now, firstly, that led to a good 10 minutes of wondering how big this Pringles can was in order for him to be buried in it. And also, was it planted vertically or horizontally?
Good fucking question, because that's exactly where my mind were going.
Until I realised it was just his ashes and they were put in a Pringles can. Boo.
Wonder what flavour? It'd have been red original,
Barbecue.
wouldn't it?
Not ready salted. He's not ready anymore.
Barbecue.
Yeah,
barbecue.
Yeah. Good one.
Hey. Show some respect for Mr. Pringle. Barry Pringle or whatever his name was.
But also, there's a lesson to be learnt here. If you ever invent anything, make sure it's nothing that's too humiliating to be buried in. I can think of a few things that inventors are going to regret when they kick the bucket. A croc, one of those thirst aid helmets, a Roomba, a Furby, a shake weight, or a phone that's a lobster that dances and sings when it rings.
Seen them.
And that's Candyland.
Fucking hell, woman.
Right, if you're a patron, meet us in the green room and we're going to talk about what we'd like to be buried in. If you're not a patron, goodbye.
Bye, ladies.
I could also stab a bodybuilder in the neck and he'd still fucking die. Anyway.
Well, there's the Easter egg.
No! Shit!